Hello, welcome back. This video is absolutely amazing and I'm so glad you're here, and I just want to say please listen to the whole thing because there's so much information I packed in here and very interesting. I didn't know, as usual, what my topic would be. And so I got my poem, but instead of one poem, which I will read first, my whole message is mostly in poetry. So there's probably a total of 4 short poems, and really they're just messages in poetic form instead of just me speaking. Anyway, it's just, life is so amazing. I do want to please let you know that it is such an important time, and the only way that people will find my videos is if you share them, word of mouth. When I originally started my channel, I had no idea what I was going to be doing on it, and so I could have titled it better than I did. And it's just under my name. It wasn't an ego thing. It was just I didn't have an idea what to write at that time. So please like, comment, and share my videos, especially to those who that are awakening and have questions, or someone who is struggling in life. And you could say, well, I know someone who shares a lot of information on how to overcome your emotional issues, and you could approach them that way. Whatever. It helps you because it helps the planet, and we all are in this together. So my title today is how to change your thoughts from positive to negative. Now, 3 weeks ago I did a video on how important your thoughts were. It's easier said than done. Everything's easier said than done. And unfortunately, being negative and negative thoughts come so easy to us because it's really the base of our upbringing. It's been the base of our life. And so Sunday I went to Patricia Cota-Robles' free seminar here in San Diego. If you're not familiar with her, she's very empowered woman, and there's always something that you need to pick up from a book, or from a video, or from a seminar. And what her message was that really hit me at home was well, I'm laughing because there's so much written stuff here, but it was like, okay, this thought is what I need, and my guide said, well, so do all of you. And so it's really about, if you have a negative thought, you ask yourself, is this thought going to help humanity? And that's how it works. That's how it stopped me. So every time I have a thought, and I have a lot, trust me, I'm like, does this thought do anything to help humanity? And then bam, it would disappear. So that's pretty much the basics, or the basis of my video. But there's a lot more. Trust me, there's a lot more. So first I'll read you my poem, and it's called Staircase to Heaven. When you walk to heaven, this is what you will see. Beauty beyond perfection, more beautiful than you ever conceived. Is it an actual place? Not really. It's more about your mind. Are your thoughts of love and beauty? Are your thoughts divine? When your mind goes to the negative, stop it, please. Ask yourselves, does this raise the vibration? Contribute to humanity? If not, release it as soon as it arrived. Those are not the seeds to plant. It will bring you to your demise. Our thoughts are very powerful. They create whatever we think. Remind yourself whenever your thoughts need to be drained down the sink. Now is your time to create whatever you desire. You're also about raising your vibration as it spreads like a virus. When your thoughts are high, you raise your vibration too, but you also raise the vibration of others who have no clue. This is our journey. This is why we are here. We are the strongest souls who decided to appear during this time of change, helping this planet and all who inhabit to also be rearranged. We are always helped. We are always guided. Never alone, you see. You know this in your heart. Awaken and believe. Your proof is in the pudding. It's easier to see. When you change your current status, manifest your dreams, feel love energies, how else can you not believe? Be the change you want this world to be. This is our journey. Wake up, trust, believe, receive. Now that was the poem, because trust me, this morning I woke up extremely tired. I know I traveled all night long. I had zero energy, and I had no idea what I would be speaking about today, as usual, but I was so tired. And when I got this poem, it is like an energy wave that shoots through me and wakens me up and brings me excessive amounts of energy. And then all the thoughts about my video start streaming in. So, think of yourself as a baby in a womb. You're being rebirthed to a completely new you. Everything is lining up in your favor as long as you change your behaviors. You have the whole universe on your side. This is the truth. You want to spread this wide. It's so important for you to see. It's so important for you to believe. The walls are breaking down. Now is not the time to clown around. This is your job, your destiny. The change is crucial for you to see, to practice love, peace, and harmony. This is how the universe supports you. When you realize this, money comes. They support you when you fully trust. So, that's poem number 2. So now I'm going to explain again what to do and also how I get my money. Now, it is so important to read the universal laws. You need to practice. Work on one aspect until you believe. Then move to your next disharmony. So, you need to put your time into you. And so this is the deal. You grew up with all the lies, all the propaganda, and most of you, the Bible. You need to take all of that stuff and just push it aside for now and go online again or listen to my videos I posted over a year ago, the universal laws. this is the only laws to follow. And so many of you still do not believe it. And you keep yourself half awake. You listen, you follow, then you get bombarded with other ideas or ego or other people's ideas or fear-based thoughts, and you get right back into that garbage again. So you need to learn what I've been teaching you, because what I'm teaching you and whatever I teach you is already what I experienced. It's not made up stuff. The only relationship that I have is my relationship with my higher self and my guides. And that's the relationship you need to have. Only with your guides, your higher self. They're always, always with you. So, for instance, there's a million things I could tell you, and most of it is spread out in all my videos. But just to remind you, any thought that I have, anything that I need, I never go outside of myself. I talk to my guides. When I talk to myself, I'm talking to my guides. And then my guides deliver. They always deliver. And why do they deliver? Because years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago, I was told, if you follow your gut, your thought, then you will get more and more and more and more. And that's just what I did. What did I have to lose? I had nothing to lose. So for instance, they have a plan for you and you pick it up. But then your ego tells you something else. And so many of you fall into that. Now, there was this person that I read yesterday. This was totally guided to quit your job now. We have this wonderful path for you, and how, she had struggled through life and how she has this relationship with her guides, but she wasn't going to quit yet because she had to wait till after Christmas. And that was her choice, not her guide's choice. So is she 100% following her guides? Is she 100% trusting in what she receives? No. Now, it's not that she waits that it's going to get lost, but you don't know the reason. And this is why you get to a point where you don't even question what you receive. You just do it because you know the outcome is going to be the best. Now, I always questioned, and then I always tested it, and then I always found that's the best way to go. So I've already done all of that. So when it came to the time, and I always bring this up, to go to Oregon, forget Oregon. First it was my divorce. I got myself into a job that I wasn't working full time, and I wasn't making enough money to support myself. And it was okay because I was married and my ex-husband was making good money. And then, they wanted me to do something else. And during that time, we got divorced. And I explained this before, we owned a home and I'd already gone to college. So I already knew I was going to get divorced. I do things strategically. I get myself in line so I can do what I need to do to take care of myself before just jumping into stuff. So that's what I did. And that's what I've always done. But I'm not going back that far, just the last one. And so when we got divorced and then the house didn't sell, and I've talked about this before, my guide at that particular time decided that now it's time for me to start writing. And so I'm like, but I need a job. So my ex was sent to Iraq for 18 months. And we weren't married, but we still owned our home. And so he supported me. He paid for everything. He was influenced to do that because that's how it works. People get influenced to do the things that you need to do, and this is how it works. This is why you want to go through the guides and not through you trying to force it or you trying to get people to do things. You just tell your guides what you need, and however they want to do it, that's how it works. So, then I got my job, and, then the house, later on it sold, and then, my job was still a part-time job because that's where they wanted me to be. And then, I started writing, and then they started me poetry. I mean, I just woke up one day and I couldn't speak for 2 days without rhyming. Just like my whole message here is just rhyme after rhyme after rhyme. Now I can sit here and tell you why I think they did, but that point of it doesn't matter. The point is this was my job. This was my journey. Who do you work for? You work for the universe. Who do I work for? I work for the universe. And they supply me with funds. So then when I got into Portland, I had to quit my job. I followed every single thing they told me. And I asked them in October, you tell me when you want me to leave. You tell me when to give my 30-day notice. You tell me. And then do I need to leave first and find a place? And do I need to do this? And do I need to do that? And I asked them everything and they answered. And so, no, they did not want me to find a place. They already had it picked out for me. So people thought I'm nuts. I'm crazy. I got a job that they weren't hiring. Why would I want to give that up? I don't know. I just did what they wanted me to do. I had no reason, no idea why. I mean, obviously I learned why. I know now why. And that was back in 2014. I haven't worked since. Now, I did think I was going to get a job there, but no, what happened? My father passed away the week before I moved. Why is that important? Well, my father had a trust fund. Now, even though I got none of his money, he did give my mom a trust fund, and she'd passed away back in 96. So I got her money, and that's what's supported me. When my ex one day woke up and said, when you sell the house, you can keep all that money. That's the money that moved me to Portland. Because I don't go out and go, oh, wow, I got all this money, I'm just going to blow it. No, I saved it and used it when I needed to pay extra bills or, to supplement my income. And then at that time, I was getting some alimony. So the alimony, the money from the house, and my job. Then when I moved, it was a trust fund that gave it to me. None of this stuff is a coincidence because everything is pre-planned. The universe knew when my father was going to leave the planet. Everything just lined up. It lines up. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Trust in your guides. Trust in your intuition. Only follow that and nothing else. This is what they want me to drive home to you. And this is why I tell you these things and why I bring my personal issues into it. I have nothing to hide. I do not fear what all of you will think of me or whatever. It doesn't, I'm here to help you. And that's it. So, if you need to go back to my videos, then do that. You need to take one issue that you have a problem with and find it in my videos or ask your guides, how can I help myself with this? Because that's what I did. I asked my guides, how can I help myself with my negative thoughts? And then I got led to the seminar, and really everything that she talked about I already knew. But she did bring this up. And so that's what I needed. And now that's what you obviously all need too, because now my guides want me to share it with you. So every single thing that I ever needed, I would ask my guides, or I would say something to myself, like for instance, now if you're a guy and you're listening to this, I mean, unfortunately, I'm a female, so I'm going to just relate female things at this particular time. But you also have things that you would probably like, and so I can't tell you how that would work for you or how it would unfold for you, but just, it's the same. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Well, you'll understand if I'm not making any sense what I'm saying. So, for instance, women like to get their nails done. And I used to get my nails done like all the time. And then I became allergic to acrylics. So I couldn't get my nails done. And I swear to God, right after that, what came out in all the stores were press-on and glue-on nails. So I looked at that as a gift from the universe. Because it wasn't a week later, it wasn't 6 months later, it wasn't even 2 years later. It was like a week later. It was like, oh my God, I can't do my nails. At that time, it was so important to me. I mean, right now I could care less. But my point is, they came out with the nails. Now, I have fine, thinning hair on top. And so, it comes, it goes, it comes and goes. And then one day I went to a store and some lady was making bangs because most people make wigs. Well, I don't want a wig. I just need to fill up, this. So I bought some bangs and it was great. But, they didn't stay on very well and they weren't the best. And so I would say, well, they're great and everything, but wigs and bangs are made for people who have hair on top. So you can grab with the clips. I don't do that. So they're worthless to me. And I used to try to figure out how do people who go through chemo lose all their hair, how they even wear a wig and how it stays on their head. 'Cause they don't design wigs like that. Well, now they came up with Velcro strips that you strip around your head and a wig will hang on to that. And anyway, all the things that I needed in my bangs, they didn't have, and then they came up with them. And then I get led to it. So you've seen me in bangs. They wanted me not to wear them today just so I can show you that I found these at a store years ago, probably back in, 2012, 13, somewhere around there. And they were like $14. You can wash them. You can straighten them. They're like real hair. Now, phony hair doesn't last. Phony hair cost hardly any money. This is real hair. Swear to God, it's real hair. Now, I did go to a wig shop just to see, because these I bought online. The wig shop wanted $400 for real hair bangs, and I pay $14 for these. Now you see, they just have these clips, but there's more clips, and they add hair to the side and the back. And so I'm not doing a commercial. I'm just showing you, just really quick. Well, I'm not in front of a mirror. I have to go reverse. See? Whatever. And I put my bangs on and now I have hair. And they match. Oh my God. See, I'm looking at the video and I can't do the opposite. But you see, they match my hair. You've seen them on me, whatever. So I asked and I received. Doesn't matter what you ask for. You receive whatever you need. Oh my God, look at this. See, I have to do mirror reverse. Oh my God. Oh, whatever. Should have brought my brush. So anyway, you know, that's the deal. My car started to make noise. I asked my guys, do I need to take it to the shop? No. Okay, fine. Then one day I wake up and they go, take it to the shop today. And I said, well, I thought you said it was fine. They worked it out. The day that I took it to the shop, the shop I needed to take to, that I was led to, that I was guided to, that I'd never even knew existed, it wasn't even close to where I live. And, you know, I got a ride home. So that was the day. They know the days. They know what works best for you. They know when that apartment's going to come for you. They know when your house is going to sell. They know all of those things. Don't sell your house and look at the newspaper or you know, what's the deal? What's the economy like? What's the interest rates like? No, if they tell you to sell your house, then sell your house. You don't need to know about any of that stuff. Because, you know, brought this up before. I sold my house and I put it on the market and no one looked at it for 6 months, 2 people. But the day they told me to sell my house, 15 people looked at it and I had a buyer in a week. The economy sucked. Doesn't matter what the economy's doing. There is no power here. The power is off the planet. Now, more. You need to use the tools that I give you. You need to prove to yourself that what I'm telling you is correct. Close your eyes to the drama that appears and every single negative thing, because trust me, they come at you, even through your friends, even on Facebook, even people who don't even realize what they're doing. They obviously don't realize what they're doing because they do it. The outcome is beyond belief. Beyond belief. I haven't worked since 2014. Now, they lined it up. So I got to the age where I could collect insurance, you know, because in the USA now they make it mandatory, well, they have for a while, that you have to have health insurance if you don't work. You know, health insurance is expensive. So for me, it was all lined up. My father passed away. I became, like 6 months later, I became the age where I can get Social Security, Medicare, so I get my insurance. All my finances just lined up. And when I got the trust fund, I just told my ex, you know, you don't need to give me alimony anymore. I don't need it. And, you know, I'm not going to do that to him the rest of his life, even though that's how it was written. But that's not what, you know, I don't need that. You don't want to stop now because there's so much going to happen. But before all that happens, all the great things that happen, there's going to be a lot of turmoil, and it's starting, it's coming. And this is why this video is so important for you, because you need to get yourself ready. Now, here's another situation where this drives me crazy. Even this morning, someone sent me a warning that if you go into Walmart, someone wants you to smell some perfume. If you smell the perfume, it's laced with poison. You're going to pass out from this. Well, the perfume is laced with something that's going to make you pass out. Then you're going to pass out. Then they're going to rob you and do all these bad things to you. Why would you spread fear-based information on Facebook? People do this all the time. They think they're doing you a favor. They're doing you no favors whatsoever, because what are they telling you? Oh, I don't live in oneness. I don't live in the reality. I live in fear. That's what they're telling you. They're spreading it around, and then you take it in, and then you plant that seed, and then you're right back in the matrix. You can go right back in the matrix in a second. You do not want to be there. Then there are those people who don't realize their fear-based information, warnings on Facebook. You know, like, oh, here's another good one. I have noticed that people who plant photos, like I do, actually, that's what I do when I write my poetry to them, that people are only drawn to pretty pictures. So I'm going to test you. I'm going to see how much you watch me, how much you read my stuff. Like, my ego is this freaking big. You know, that's what it says. That's what the subliminal message is. So I'm going to have this expectation. I'm going to write you this note, and I'm going to post this online, and I'm going to see how many people read my stuff. Like, why do you do that? You do that because you are separate. You don't believe in or trust in your guides. You live in the matrix. You live in fear. You live in expectations. That's really what you're saying. Then the other one is, you know, I'm going to celebrate the birthday of my dead father. Well, tomorrow is November 13th. My father died, I don't know, 2014. Am I going to post, happy birthday, Daddy in heaven? No. Why would I do that? Why does it matter? Who is this man? This man played a role. Everyone just plays roles in your life. He played the role of my father this life. That's it. He's gone. When you transition off this planet, how many fathers do you have? How many lifetimes have you lived? How many mothers do you have? How many grandparents do you have? How many sisters? You all think we're all blood related to all of this stuff. No, that's a human miscreation. Blood does not mean a damn thing. It's karma is all it is. So what about your father when you were alive back in, 1810? Where's that dad that you want? Why don't you celebrate his birthday? I mean, do you see? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because again, what are you doing? You're saying to yourself, I do not trust in my guides. I do not understand my reality. I live in the matrix. I live in fear. That's what you're telling yourself every time you do stuff like this. When you go out and look for your job, you ask everyone to please pray that you will get this job. Why do you do that? Because you don't trust your guides. You don't trust that if you want to get a job, you are led and only hired the place that you're supposed to be in. Who knows where you're supposed to be? Only your guides. That's it. So when you pray and beg and plead and ask everybody to get you this job, are you following your heart? No. Do you trust the universe? No. If you got that job, is it because everyone prayed for you? No. It's because you were meant to have the job. So you don't need to put forth this energy because, again, you're saying, I do not trust my guides. I do not understand the world. I do not live in reality. I live in the matrix. That's what you're doing. If you need healing, who do you go for healing? You go to your guides. You tell yourself, I can heal myself. I have the power to heal myself. I mean, if it's your time, if it's your destiny, that's when you leave the planet. Other people are not going to change that for you. It's just how it is. And you are separating yourself out of being one. And you need to see we are one. I don't need to get messages on Facebook or anywhere that today is I Love My Sister Day. Today is Love Your People Day. And so spread this message and tell everybody how much you love them. I don't need to do that. Why do I not need to do that? I don't need to do that because we're one. I am you and you are me. And if I love me, I love you. That's it. Obviously, when you spread those messages, you don't believe that. You still live in separation. You still live in duality. And this is not where you want to go. So, you are not doing yourself any favors. It's ego-based. It's fear-based. It's I don't trust the universe based. I don't trust in my guides based. I don't live in reality still. I still live in fear. I still live in the matrix. This is why you need to change yourself right now, because it's coming. The bad evil is coming. It's going to blow in your face and everybody's faces, because so much truth is coming out and it's starting to happen right now. Right now. So you don't want to get wrapped up in the fear of it. You do not want to fall into it. You know how many people have asked to come to this planet and have been turned away? You asked to come here because the only people who were allowed to come here during this time of ascension were the people that Spirit believed would follow their guidance, would know the things that they need to know, that would open up to oneness and love and peace and harmony 100%, not just a little bit, but 100%. That's where you need to go. That's what you need to do. So you need to stop the game of separation, because all those things that I brought up just recently about spreading all of these fear-based information and begging other people to help you and heal you, and you do it with your guides and they do it. You obviously don't still trust them, because you wouldn't have to post it online. When I go get a procedure done and I have to go under their stuff that puts you under, I ask my guides to help me release and not have anything bad happen to me. That's who I ask. I've gone to hospitals. I see angels come that you don't see. You're always helped. You're always guided. You're always protected. Your family, all your family, from people you don't even remember, they're right here, right next to you, if they're not reincarnated. So talk to those people. Ask them to do it. Don't ask humans who walk the planet. You don't know their history, their stories, their energies. You don't know anything about anybody, and you don't need to know anything about anyone. You only need to know about yourself. That's it. Everything comes from you. Everything starts from you. This is where your power lies. We fall into the fears. God, this poor guy was posting this morning also on Facebook how he was taken over from a powerful soul. He couldn't breathe, and he was either going to die or live. And he was letting everybody know, if you don't see me anymore, I died. And I just wrote him. Nobody wrote to him. I wrote to him and I said, you have the power. No one has the power over you. Do not allow anything that comes into you, fear you, scare you, do any of that stuff to you. You are the power. You are the person who can change your life. You are the person who can do anything you need to do. You are the person who can manifest money and love and desires and everything that you want. Just you having a relationship, knowing about oneness. We are one. We do not need to do all this other stuff because you are only telling yourself, I don't trust you. I really don't believe in you. I still live in fear. You do not want to do that. Now, as you know, I'm very passionate because I know this is true. There's nothing else I can tell you. Just like my issue was what this video is about, because I have a lot of negative thoughts still. I was having an issue with releasing them. I asked. It took a couple of months before I got the message. But so what? I got the message when I needed to get the message, or when it was available. How about that? That's the point. When it's available, it will come. If it doesn't come, it's not meant to be. It's not to go, I did it wrong, I didn't do this right, and beat yourself up. Because that's the other issue. We've been taught by doctors, by teachers, by parents, that we're stupid, that we're not doing this right. We're not doing that right. Everything you do is wrong. Everything's negative. And I'm trying to tell you that it's not. So anyway, please listen to your videos or my video and focus on one thing at a time until you master it. There's a lot of things you've mastered. Most of you haven't mastered the trust. That's where you need to go. Most of you do not understand oneness. Ask your guides. Maxine talked about this, that, and I still need help. Ask them, tell them that, and they'll lead you somewhere else. Maybe to a book or to another person or whatever. Maybe a billboard. I don't know. A light will go on in your head. That's how it works. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust your guides. Trust your guidance. Ask your higher self. Develop your relationship with your higher self. Ask your higher self, what to do, where to go, how to be, whatever. That's what you do, not other people. When you light up, then other people who are like you will enter into your space. It's a miracle. It's not a miracle. It's destiny. It's how it is. It's reality. That's it. This is reality. All that other stuff is not reality. So, thank you for joining. I'm laughing because I tend to raise my voice when I get passionate. I can get real, forceful. I'm a force to reckon with. No, really. I learned that from my childhood because, trust me, no one ever listened to me. For some reason, it was ingrained in my head. If you raise your voice louder than everybody else's, maybe somebody will hear you. And trust me, I work on it. I try, but if I raise my voice, that's the reason. I'm still working on it. So I love all of you and know that I just have your best interest in mind, and my guides do too. So thanks for joining. Have a blessed day. Remember, time is upon you now. Now is the time. Now is the time to work only on yourself. Thanks.